everybody, we're back here at Studio B Hair in New York City, and you can see that we wrapped up the back of Karina's head with my long foil, not one fold in the back. We're now going to go onto the front of the head. You notice that I used Verilite's Lightner by Joico with 20 volume developer in the back, and my Beth Minardi Cream Demi Color for the low lights. Everybody, with my line, demi creams and demi liquids are always mixed with Beth Minardi 5 volume developer. Always 5 volume, never anything else. Guys, a demi permanent color was made to match or deepen color, never to lighten it. If I wanted to lighten the hair, I would use permanent dye. I'm putting low lights in. In the early 70s and late 70s, people had to use permanent dye to do low lights because demis didn't exist. Now that they do, there's no reason to use permanent dye to low light the hair. All permanent dyes have to have enough alkalinity to lighten the hair. Why would I use even a dark permanent dye to low light the hair? A demi-permanent cream, my demi-permanent creams mixed correctly with equal parts of 5 volume developer and processed for 20 to 30 minutes at room temperature will beautifully provide a low light that's natural looking, beautiful, and soft, okay? So here we are, we're gonna go onto the front of the head. And again, I'm sorry, I'm a lefty. I'm directing Karina's hair forward from the top of the ear, and Zach's gonna hold for me so that Michelle can get a really great shot. The more of an angle you place the foils on going around the head, the more kick you're gonna get. And that's what we wanna do. I only wanna make her an angel blondie blonde. So looking up and going right at the hairline, we're picking up, and we're going to use the short foil here, and I'm weaving up and down, up and down, up and down right off the scalp. I see people pick the hair up and then weave. That's extra motion. So weave straight off the scalp, hold it in your hands, and I reinforce the base of the foil when I'm frightened that the hair's long, and I slick that right down to the scalp. Again, this is Verilite's Lightner, and we're painting it into the foil. I like to fold up from one side and clip on another. If you fold foil from both sides or any other way, that's the way you do it, and you're a professional, you do it your way. This is the way that works for me. So again, right on that hairline on a strong angle, weaving up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. If you take a slice here, you'll get a spot, like a big stripe. We don't ever want to do that. We want to weave gently to give beautiful sunlit glistens of hair right in that face frame. Again, on a strong angle. Notice that my forefinger is really pulling and securing the hair so it doesn't budge while I paint on the lightener. This is my technique that many of you have seen before, called American balayage, which you can buy from behindthechair.com or get it when it's packed into my color to come to you at no charge, packed with the color. This doesn't need reinforcement, the hair is longer. So I'm painting on a woven piece of hair. These very ends are very light, so I'm omitting them from the bleach. Again, securing with a clip. Now I'm going to work back toward this ear, and I think for the first time right here, I'm going to just go close to the ear with a tiny low light to give Kasha's hair a bit of a bump, a bit of a shadow. Roots to 3/4 full, leaving the ends a little lighter, because as God gave you low lights, the ends would be lighter. Not every low light has to go all the way to the end. And now, one behind. Let's go back to highlighting with a weave. Very close together and very beautiful. We're going to bring this up nice and light. Verilites is nice because there are conditioners in Verilites. Now look what I've been doing. I've been going on an angle. Now let's kind of go straight across as I go to the top of the ear. So we're actually not putting every foil one behind the other. We're going to use a long foil here. We're zigging and zagging our way up the head. And this is the way you don't get that stripy look. This is the way my team and I teach all over the country. I'll be teaching a private class June 20th in Dallas, Texas, at the wonderful Neiman Marcus salon there, the Michael Flores salon. I'm taking 20 private students for the whole day, and I'll be appearing in Pleasanton, California, Jose, California, North Carolina, you name it, we're there this year. So if you want to know the class dates, all you do is have to sign on to is www.minardicolor.com and go to classes, education. What I'm going to do is take a tiny piece of hair, direct it down onto the foil, and kiss it with a bit of a low light. And this is a light low light with our 10BB, just to give her a little shadow of a blonde on blonde. Now notice what I'm going to do, guys, crooked. I had the left side of the foil lower and the right side higher. And I think I'll do one with the left side higher and the right side lower. Again, zigging and zagging up the head. My goal here is to make her very, very blonde, but a beautiful natural base that when it grows out, she's not going to come in 3 weeks and say, look at my roots. Most young women don't want their mother's hair color. They want their own, and they want to be blonde as hot. The biggest selling service in America is gray coverage. The second is highlights. So keep that in mind. And most of our gray clients who come in for gray coverage get highlights too. So that's how we keep the game fresh and fun. Now let's go straight across. We're zigging and zagging our way up the head, going very close together. Tiny little weaves, tiny, tiny bits of hair and many, many little foils is usually the way to success. Now I'm zigzagging, going on another angle close to the face. I'm going to use a short foil right on this face frame. If you look at my cart, you'll see I use a stainless steel cart that I got from Takara Belmont. It has several shelves, and we keep the shelves loaded with things. It's almost become my salon, little dispensary that I work from all day, because I keep extra things on it so I don't have to walk away from the client. Up and down, 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 tiny weaves. Look how great and easy it is to use these long foils, guys. There's no folding. It cuts your time, but also it helps you. I'm really pulling her hair, and you can get right on the scalp there and really get a beautiful, even Steven highlight with it just gliding the foil into the hair. Let's do a back-to-back foil and do one that's very close, just a little weave right on top of that.
There's a lot of questions coming in where we can get your foil.
The foils, all my foils are for sale at Cosmoprof stores, at Armstrong McCall stores, and if you're fortunate enough to have a sales consultant who visits your salon from either of those companies, they will order them for you. They come in a big pack. I'd love for you to use them. I show them and teach them at every class we do. If you have questions and you don't have a store or a distributor, if you email me, bethminardi@gmail.com, I'll make sure we hook you up with a salesperson who can help you. Okay, so here we are weaving very close together. Omitting these very ends because they've already been bleached. And what I might do, starting from the back, let's zigzag a little bit. And let's weave right off the scalp. Okay, so I'm going to work this way all the way up the side. And I know we have, believe it or not, we have another client in the salon. We need to look at her hair. So Michelle, let's follow me over. Let's check Eileen's hair while with the camera on. Gosh, I'll be right back. We have a lady here who was low and she was under the heat for about 10 minutes. So let's let her cool for 5 minutes and take it down. She's looking good. Okay. All right, so. Beautiful blonde hair. See, that's her regrowth. This is the way I like hair to look after almost 3 months. So up and down. Let's go very close here. And let's do a tiny woven low light, very soft in this section of the head. Just to make sure that when this hair is brushed down, what I'm holding right now, when you look to the side of the face, you see some different shade on shade blonde. That's what's the money maker, guys. Every hair in the head being the same is a look, but it's a very obvious look, and it's a very, very chic look, but it's very, very, let's say, a trend and very, very distinct. Most women love to see shade on shade. It reminds them of when they were a baby and they had blonde hair and there were different colors of blonde or brown or red moving through the hair. And that's what is young hair. And most everybody, even if they're 25 years old, want to have young hair. Hair that's shiny and healthy and believable. And in Karina's case, very, very blonde. Okay, so here we go. Wrapping some more. Okay, so we'll clip here. Now this is the widow's peak. Notice what I'm doing, everybody, on this widow's peak. I'm going to take another piece of hair and let's do short. I'm going to call this foil to foil. This is nothing in between. Some people call this back to back. Other people call it foil to foil. So I'm going to make, it's going to look like a big streak. You're not going to get a big streak by wrapping a wad of hair into foil. Let's do a third piece back to back. Tiny bits of hair so that she has a broader, very sexy, very light piece right on that face frame.
And you're working with 20 volume developer.
Yes, the Ferrolites is mixed with 20 volume developer. I don't use 10 volume. I never use 30 or 40 volume. I use 20 volume developer. If you want to use 10 volume to slow the lightener down a bit, you can. Please don't use 30 or 40 volume with powder lighteners. They're a little more aggressive. And our key is to make hair first do no harm and create beautiful, shiny, healthy hair, whether it's blonde, brunette, or red. Okay. Now she's has a lot of hair. And in the top of her head, you can see how rich and deep it is, even when we have lightener about a level. So we want to go pretty darn close together, especially in this widow's peak. It can seem to you like you're working forever just on the widow's peak, but you'll be so glad you did because the results will speak for themselves. Okay, and toward the back of the crown. What we'll sometimes do toward the back of the crown is highlight, but drag the highlight a tiny bit away from the scalp so it doesn't look like a spot close to the root. And I'm being very particular here. You don't have to do this, but it's just my little way of keeping things soft and very shade on shade believable. Again, a little foil to foil. So that we have a really strong presence of blonde in the top of the head. There's no quick way to do this, and if you found a quick way, bravo for you, but we are elevating hair color to an art form here at Studio B, and in every class I do, and in everything I do, and in every product I develop, I'm thinking of making us more of who we are, and the best of who we are. And, you know, it didn't take Michelangelo 17 minutes to paint the paint by numbers Sistine Chapel either. So, you know, charge correctly for your work, but at the same time, if a client needs more lowlights or more highlights, or they have difficult hair to work on, or beautiful hair that takes time, please book off the correct amount of time so that you're able. It's very wrong for you to say, we'll do it the next time. There won't be a next time in many cases. Do everything you can this time. And I'd rather you see 6 people a day at $200 than 200 people a day at $6. You understand what I'm saying. Work smarter and better and have more respect for the client's hair texture and quality and for your own legacy and your own self-respect. Okay, this side's all done, as you see. We're going to start on the next side, and when I have her wrapped up, I'll be back to show you. So this is the back and the side wrapped up in highlights and lowlights with Beth Minardi Demi Cream Color and with Ferrolites Lightener. So as soon as I get the other side wrapped up, we'll be right back, and then you'll be ready to see the big fandango. So, see you later.